Alright, so we're entering the mixing stage, and now we'll try to find a nice balance between the elements we are playing here. I'm going to focus on important part in the song, focus on the main part here, and I'm going to start with the most important elements and try to find a nice balance of all the other elements towards the most important ones. And mainly I'm going to be adjusting volume faders here. So I will comment a little bit on what I'm doing, but this step is mainly about adjusting gain stages. So let's get started with the main part here. And let me take off the drum rack for a second. Also the shaker. Okay, so looping this area. I need to adjust my drums here in the drum rack. Okay, so those two toms, actually I'm going to put one to the left and the other one to the right in the panorama. And maybe these offbeat hi-hats as well, a bit to the left, just slightly, and that one a bit to the right. This noise is difficult to decide in the main part. I will do that in the beginning. White noise. So the fast one is still a bit too loud for my taste. And clap a bit lower. Going to beginning to find a balance for this noise here. fine. Plug sound. Yeah, I don't want to have this one too outstanding, so it just hides a little bit within the pad, which is fine. Let's take a look at the arpeggio here in the break part. Alright, so that's fine for now. I'm hitting Shift Z to get a bit of an overview here. And let's take a look at our master channel and put an EQ8 onto our master and set this one into mid-side mode. We want to perform a low cut on our master. And on the low cut in the middle, I'm going to select a steeper curve, so 4 times the slope. And we're moving this one to around 40 Hertz. So we're cutting below 40 Hertz. And now we're moving to the side, not the mono signal, but the stereo signal. And we're moving this one. We are also taking 4 times the slope of the default low cut. And we're moving this one to about 100 Hertz and quickly taking another EQ8. Taking off the low cut here. We have this covered already, but now we're keeping this one in stereo mode, and we just enter a little dip here around the muddy frequencies, around 200, 300 Hertz with less Q applied. So taking this bell curve a bit tighter, taking a bit less here. So around 1.4 to have this sort of shape here. If I'm opening it up, this is the shape we are getting. And we're going to remove around 3 decibels. So I'm entering -3 decibels. Having a bit of a dip here in the low mids to remove muddy frequencies on the sum of our tracks. Let's quickly A/B this one. So we're getting off some of these muddy frequencies. If we're putting the preview on, you can hear exactly what we are taking out a bit, or what we are taming. So the overall goal with these 2 tools here is removing unnecessary frequencies to have more space or headroom left to make our track as loud as we can in the next step when we are using a limiter. So what are we doing here? We are cutting off low frequencies in the middle that are below 40 Hertz because most systems won't even play these frequencies. And then we are cutting them off even higher, up to 100 Hertz here on the sides, because with bass information below 100 Hertz or 90 Hertz or around that area, we human beings can't really detect if it's coming from the middle, from the side, from the left or from the right. So we're just taking these unnecessary frequencies out here. And also we are taking some unnecessary frequencies out in the low mids here to leave more headroom for our limiter that's going to be applied right now in order to try to achieve a nice and loud master for this track. So pulling up the limiter. And let's play back and increase the gain knob here. Okay, so the gain reduction is showing up when we're increasing around 9 decibels. Let's take a look at it. back to 9.6 to where we were before, starting here. So you notice if I'm going up to 15, up to 20, things start to really sound very distorted. So this is way too much. So let's find a good setting for our gain knob. Alright, so for now we're going to leave this simple mastering chain like this. We increased 11 decibels in the gain. If you want to learn more about mastering in depth and also about mixing, we have 2 courses on mixing and mastering where we're going into great detail on these subjects. So feel free to check out these courses if you're interested.